Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. Daps.
I'm Katie.
And we are so excited that you're here tonight as we talk about
Stuff.
Fireworks.
Fireworks
Stuff. Things that explode in the sky. But before we do that, make sure to head on over for your next Disney trip. I guess anywhere probably. But to Mouseways Travel. They are the official travel partner of Daps Magic. And all you have to do is go to mouseways.com/DapsMagic. And Matthew and his team will take very good care of you at no extra cost. So then you help us, he helps you, that helps him. Everybody wins.
Everybody wins.
Speaking of everybody winning, what is in that book, Katie?
What is in this book? That's a great question. Let me drink
You thought we were going to
first.
look at a book that's sitting here, but there's something red sticking out of the top.
My throat's very dry. California has been very, very dry lately. So my throat's very dry. So if I drink a lot of water, not like I don't already, but so I had a store meeting yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Another one of my shift supervisors also really likes Disney. And one of our baristas apparently came to her with some things that she had and said, also, if you see Katie, like, give some to her, she'll probably like this as well. What were the things in question, you may be asking? A 1983 map to Tokyo Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
With some really cool stuff inside.
That we don't exactly know how to read.
There's a little bit of English, but it's mainly in Japanese, obviously. Really cool map. And on the back, there's a Japanese ad for coffee, which I really, really love.
I love that it's like Japanese Folgers.
Yes. And then 2 ticket booths, or 2 ticket books with the e-tickets missing. 1983, again. I
love that it says, we hope your visit will be happy and memorable. Will be a happy and memorable experience. This book includes ticket admission to many wonderful attractions. So, admission to Meet the World in Tomorrowland requires no ticket.
No ticket.
Yeah.
So it's really fun. Really, really cool stuff. It's just very funny that she apparently had these things lying around her house, I guess. But anyway, Becca, you probably won't see this, but thank you for considering me. Thank you for telling Alicia to
well, and
hand me over.
I think we shouldn't skip one very important detail as I
is
fix this folding thing.
Okay. It was folded like that.
I just fixed it.
It's
So on the Tomorrowland page.
So very important to note, each land has a little Mickey dressed up.
Yes.
So it's like Frontierland has a little like Western Mickey.
Yeah. Main Street looked like a Tux Mickey.
Yeah.
So if you look very closely here,
Should I walk
maybe
it
make
up?
the screen. No, it's fine.
Okay.
Let's aim it right. You will see that it is Space Mickey.
So it's Star Trader Neon Mickey, but
yes,
an animated Mickey.
From 1983.
From 1983.
Mm-hmm.
I am losing my mind about it.
Yes. So watch Katie's Instagram because something might show up at some point.
You could imagine.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Very cool.
It's just a really, really, really cool thing. And
well, it's interesting too that in 1983 it was all Walt Disney production still.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
So we might post some pictures of like the tickets and the like the map like closer up. Clocky, I feel like this is something that you will probably enjoy looking at. But yeah, I'm just really excited about it, and I think that this is kind of my late grandfather, when he passed, I got a lot of his Disney stuff, and he was an avid Disney collector, and I feel like this is gonna go right in with
I think it's perfect.
His Disney collection.
Yes.
So
the other cool thing, not quite as cool as that. We should have led with the other now that I think about it.
You know what?
Is I got the next Star Wars The High Republic book today. So expect a review of that coming soon. This is called The Rising Storm. And it'll be interesting because it will carry on the story that I've already been reading in the other Star Wars High Republic books.
It's a very thick book.
I really wish they would make these into movies.
That's fair.
And maybe they will at some point. But it takes place, like, I think it's 100 years before Phantom Menace. And the Jedi are kind of in their prime, but a little bit past it. I'm kind of getting the hint. And it's an interesting look at what you know from a different perspective and a different time. Because everybody's working together and it doesn't seem like there's no Emperor Palpatine and stuff like that yet. So
interesting.
totally worth. And they really are the guardians of peace and justice in the galaxy at this point, which I think is fantastic. Well, the Jedi. Yes,
it's a little funny.
A little bit. It is. But yeah, I think it would make a really cool Star Wars movie, and who knows if that will ever happen, but I would all be about it.
I'm always down for more Star Wars.
If you could have any Star Wars, what would you like to see next?
Gosh.
I know.
That's difficult. I want to see... I don't have a good answer for that, to be honest.
Okay.
Because here's a fun fact. I'm going to admit this. I don't know much about Star Wars. Like, I know the Skywalker saga.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know much outside of that.
What would you like to see, like a Finn movie or a Rey movie or a...
No. Well, okay. I also think the sequel saga did Finn a little dirty, and I think that Finn should have been outwardly Force sensitive or a Jedi. So if they did that with his story, I'd be super down for it.
Well, maybe that's where it would go.
Yeah, I just think that he deserves to have that time in the spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, you could have a really cool, like, him and Rey.
I don't think that Rey even needs to be there.
Well, she's the Master Jedi, so I feel like she could be training him. Like, I think that'd be cool. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
you don't
I'm
have
always
to have
down
one
for more Star Wars. A Ben Solo.
Oh, that'd be cool.
You know what'd be great? What if they did a Han Solo movie?
Another one?
As a joke. As a little jokey joke. I actually would like a Kira movie.
Yeah. Or a series.
Yeah.
Like, I actually feel like
that would be good for a series.
Like,
you're right.
That would be a good series possibility.
Yeah, I agree.
I think you could do an Obi-Wan movie.
I'm excited about the Obi-Wan.
Like, see where this goes, because it's supposedly just a series and there's nothing else. But
we'll see about that.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see how that plays out once people love it, which I assume we'll all love it. Yeah. But I would love to see an Obi-Wan Kenobi.
So Jeff said Solo Part 2. I have a
Babu Frick origin movie. Would that be good, Clocky?
We're gonna call it Too Han, Too Solo. Like Fast and Furious. Too Fast, Too Furious.
Got it.
As a joke. Also, no one is allowed to say Babu Frick around me because I have this thing in my brain where I will imitate him.
Oh, really?
If you knew me, you knew me. After the 3 weeks that after the Rise of Skywalker came out. It was
much longer than 3 weeks, but yes.
I would not stop impersonating Babu Frick.
So you're saying you would like to see a Babu Frick movie?
Hey! Yeah. So I'm really sorry to anyone who it was, especially at Disneyland, because I can't do a Babu Frick impression without being really loud.
You and Murray.
It was me and Murray. Like, hey!
Yeah. I remember this. Yeah. Speaking of loud things at Disneyland, fireworks will be returning on Sunday. How was that for a transition?
I'm also loud.
And
like
on Friday, they'll be returning to Magic Kingdom and Epcot. Thursday?
July 1st, right?
Yes,
that's
the
Thursday.
1st. Thank you. Yeah, that's right.
I couldn't remember.
I couldn't either. I didn't know which day was the 1st. I don't even know what today is half the time. But right. But so we've got Epcot Forever and Epcot, Happily Ever After, Magic Kingdom, Mickey's Mix Magic. I don't know which way you want to say it. If you want to like accentuate Mickey's Mix
put the emphasis on Magic. Mickey's Mix Magic.
And what are the other options?
Mickey's Mix Magic. Mm-hmm. No, crap. Mickey's Mix Magic.
Okay.
Mickey's Mix Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Mickey's Mix Magic.
What if you did Mickey's and Magic?
Mickey's Mix Magic.
That's the one. I like that one.
I don't my eyebrow is twitching because you're stressing me out.
Yeah, that was hard.
That's why you made me do it.
No, I just actually didn't think I could do it. So I was like, maybe Katie could do it since I can't get it in my head.
I could.
Of the three, if you were there for opening night of any of the three, which one would you choose? Even though there's different opening nights.
Happily Ever After.
Okay.
I don't know Epcot Forever. I'd like to see it, but I don't know it.
Okay.
Mickey's Mix Magic. Maybe I do put the emphasis on Mickey's. Anyway, it's gonna be in my head.
Now everybody's only gonna be thinking about that every time they say Mickey's Mix Magic.
That's fine. I think you just put the emphasis on Mickey's.
I usually
Anyway,
do.
that show at Disneyland, I don't have a super emotional attachment. I'm excited to see it, and I'm excited for a nighttime spectacular to be back at Disneyland.
I think it's the happiest of the 3 shows.
For sure.
I think
It makes
Happily
you just
Ever After is the most moving.
it makes you kind of want to like dance. Like
Yeah.
every time I think about the soundtrack to that show, I kind of picture me walking around Disneyland while it's playing to be like, like it's just like happy. It's just fun.
It's also cool to watch from Galaxy's Edge because of the lights and everything. Yeah, I think that'll be fun. And Epcot Forever is
it's
a
fine.
good, yeah, it's kind of like a buffet. There's a little bit of everything.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see it.
My question is, of all of the, before we get into some detailed things, all of the fireworks shows of all time, I know I've asked this question before. Tonight, which one is your favorite?
Remember
If you could
Dreams
go
Come
watch.
True.
Okay.
Like, there's just a place in my heart for it.
So people that are going to want to watch Mickey's Mixed Magic on Sunday night, which is also the 4th of July.
Who would watch fireworks on the 4th of July? I'm kidding.
Right. Where would you suggest watching from first off?
I would suggest for Mickey's Mixed Magic to watch it in front of Starbucks, but in the middle of Main Street.
Yep. I think that'd be the #1 spot I would choose.
Because a lot of shows, that's 100% not where I'm going to say. A lot of shows I'm going to say somewhere else. But Mickey's Mixed Magic, you want to be surrounded by the projections. And you want to be able to see the castle. You want to see the projections. You want to like feel that. So that's where I'm going to say is like the heart of Main Street is Starbucks, but in the middle of the street.
And then the second place I would pick is probably in front of and a little bit to the right of Small World.
That's 100% what I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah. Third place, probably Rivers of America.
Okay.
I do like Rivers of America just because usually you get to see the projections, you get to see the fireworks much closer than other places, which is kind of fun. But also if you look off to the right, you can often see the fireworks going off the castle too. So it's a little bit more immersive in that regard.
And since there's no Phantasmic, that it's a little bit easier to do.
I'm assuming that will be a pretty easy place to get a good view of fireworks if I had to make a guess.
I would agree.
And then if you've got lots of time on your hand, in front of the castle is great, obviously. I also really like down in Town Square, like where you're looking down through the whole thing. And that's a very different experience. And usually the castle's pretty small.
I was also going to say Flagpole. That was, or not Flagpole, but that
that area. Well, the flagpole's good, that area too, because it is raised a little bit. So I've been on the edge of the gardens that kind of wrap around there, and you can see overheads easier.
The
you just can't be centered there.
Colloquial name is Christmas Tree Point.
Yeah.
I think that's also like a great place.
Yeah. All of those are good places. Just be flexible.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is though, is with capacity limitations, all of these spots will probably have space.
I agree.
And I will be very curious to see what that is like when we finally make it in for fireworks. We'll see when it is.
Who knows?
Mickey's Mixed Magic Dreams Come True, Believe Forever. Thank you, Mike. That one.
Together,
yes. Which is a underrated fireworks show, I think.
Together Forever?
Yeah. In fact, I used a picture of Together Forever for the Insta story tonight. Because I'd forgotten we had that one.
I was like, have very fond memories of Together Forever, mainly because Caitlin, who's on the DAPS team, and I went to the soft opening of Together Forever. We kind of got faked out a couple times and if it was actually going to happen, because it wasn't happening. It was going to be a run of Remember Dreams Come True, I think.
Yes, supposedly.
And we were kind of hoping that it was going to be Together Forever, and we got a great spot. So I've got that very fun like nostalgia of it. And also college band went really, really late that year. They went until 10, I think the last was like 10:45 or something.
It was so late.
So it was after fireworks. So I heard fireworks so much that summer.
Every night, it seemed like.
I really, there's like I think if I sat down and listened to the music of that show, I would go, "Aw," like, because I think it would make my heart happy. So, and wouldn't you know it, Mikey was listening to the Magic Kingdom doing their fireworks test.
That is like the dream. That is pretty cool. That's a good reason for being late, Mikey.
It's okay.
Yeah, but no, that's, and it had like some really cute moments in it, and
I loved the Up House being the Tinkerbell moment.
Yeah, I think
Like-
that was fantastic. We can't wait for College Band to come back in 2022 as well. That will be a highlight. Hopefully, we have a way to get in.
I miss them.
Whatever that replacement
I miss the College Band.
annual pass is. I miss having an annual pass.
I miss the College Band.
Yeah. So anyway, those are our firework tips. If you're getting some of the second and third places we did, we said you don't have to get there super early.
Mm-hmm.
If you want the very best places, get there early. And usually I would just suggest kind of keeping your eyes open. And when you start seeing people lining up, like, okay, that's my clue, hop in.
Because we don't know what Sunday's going to look like.
Well, and traditionally on 4th of July, people start camping out really early. I'm going to assume that's still going to happen in front of the castle.
Yeah.
I think if you're wanting to watch from Main Street, which why wouldn't you really? Because in many regards, that's almost better for mixed magic. You probably a half an hour before you're going to be safe.
I just, with crowd control, we don't know what that's going to look like for Nighttime
No.
Spectaculars right now.
Just be patient.
Keep your eyes peeled and be flexible, be patient, be very kind to the cast members because they are doing their best with the information that they are given.
They're doing just what we're trying to do. So
Yep.
yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Heading on over to Walt Disney World now, we got a look at some incredible new rooms at Disney's Contemporary Resort.
Incredible.
Yeah, I know. That's just fun to play with. What do you think of the Contemporary getting a theme that is Incredibles?
I think it's great. This is coming as somebody who's not stayed at the Contemporary.
Mhm.
I've been to the Contemporary. As long as the Mary Blair mural stays untouched in the lobby,
I'm sure it will.
we're golden. And because to me, that is what the Contemporary is. It is
Incredibles in Monorail.
no, it's Mary Blair
Oh, yes.
monorail. It's also, why am I spelling California Girl?
Mhm.
I
I wonder if that'll get a new name.
don't know, but what I love about the rooms, like I'm
The
looking.
Incredigrill. That's really good. Disney, if you want. That was good.
I don't know what to do with that, but I'm looking at the picture of it right now.
You know who would be the host of it, right? Anyway, keep going.
Who would be the host of it, Mr. Dobbs?
You already know.
Say it for the people at home.
No, I want to hear you say it. It's way
No.
more fun that way. All right. So looking at the room.
So, looking at the
Incredible with the Incredible. She can show up that way for the opening ceremony. Anyway, keep going.
I'm trying to start this sentence like 7 times. So, looking at the room,
Yes.
what is the most important to me, and what, like, the Contemporary to me is very like modern, very classy.
Mhm.
It's a good resort line hotel. To me, I don't look at that and go, "Oh my god, it's the Incredibles." Like,
No,
it
it's-
doesn't feel like the cue to Incredicoaster.
It's very subtle.
Yeah,
Like
and
there's some stuff, like there's some
I
like
think
the closets and stuff felt a little bit more, but who
but
cares?
Still, I think it's done in a way that still feels very high-end resort. And I really like it. I think it's fun. And you guys kind of know me by now. If you don't know me, hi. I'm not against IP as long as it's done well.
Mhm.
Like Disney can put Disney properties, Pixar properties, whatever, into things that don't have IP, as long as it's not like you walk in and you feel like you're in a Chuck E. Cheese.
So do you think Grand Floridian's next?
I don't know. And honestly, I wouldn't be against that either.
I'd be
As-
curious too, because they got Beauty and the Beast in there now, right?
Yeah,
And they've got, and then the one they announced today has Mary Poppins Returns. It'll open next month, and
and I think Mikey's right on the money. It's inspired by,
oh yeah, totally.
like, and I think that is the distinction that matters.
Citricos, that's the name I was thinking of.
Citricos, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm excited.
And I think that's a good thing to note, because I would much rather them have the inspired by Disney in more things than the whole, like, the part I didn't understand completely with Reflections was it seemed like it wasn't Disney at all.
Yeah.
And it was just like, hey, this is just this non-Disney hotel in a Disney property. And I didn't know a ton about it, so I could be completely wrong.
Okay.
But I would much rather something that's inspired by, Luca or whatever than just be
So that's what's
generic.
fascinating to me about Grand Destino,
Mhm.
is that it's distinctly Disney. Is that it has all those Disney things, but if you weren't necessarily a huge Disney fan, which is kind of weird to be in Walt Disney World,
Yeah.
but you might not walk in and be like, "Whoa, Disney!"
Mhm.
Like it's a very classy hotel.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, like Topolino's Terrace, you might not even know that that's a Disney reference, like Topolino.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really like it. Again, I like that they're doing touches. I like a light hand in adding IP to things.
Yeah, I think that's it's a nice balance instead of being in your face into I don't know, over the top.
Yeah.
Like I think it has a place, and I think like animation is great.
So here's the thing, and
Riviera is the one I was trying to think of. Like Riviera also is very classy.
I don't want to put Disneyland hotels on blast, but Paradise Pier Hotel, when you walk in, it can feel very like pop arty. It can feel very like cheesy.
It feels very goofy. I love it.
Yeah, but that's not a bad thing. Like, but it's the opposite of what this is.
Yeah,
it's you walk into a Paradise Pier hotel room and there's Disney art posters on the wall. There's like the Pixar pillows on the bed, like all of those things, and you feel very like this is a Disney hotel.
Yeah.
As where this is just like, oh, there's nice like touches of whatever. So
it'll be interesting to see how they move that forward. Like if Grand Floridian becomes more Disney-fied, like it seems like it's going that way, but they haven't done the rooms necessarily yet. Yeah. And it'd be interesting if they do the rooms, because it's, Beauty and the Beast, Mary Poppins. Does that mean, there is that fountain with all the Mary Poppins penguins and stuff.
I would really like to see.
I feel like you could just lean into that.
I would love to see. I think Mary Poppins would be such a great theme to kind of lean into for the Grand Floridian. Mainly because when I think about that, it makes me happy.
Yeah. Oh,
because
totally.
when I think about the fountain makes me really happy.
It is so good.
The Grand Floridian is also like my happy. I can walk around the resort and like be happy, because like I can watch the wedding pavilion and be happy. I can watch the Mary Poppins penguins fountain and be happy. Like being in that resort, just like I soak up the serotonin.
And it's great. And we're gonna get to celebrate all of that even more come in October. One of the things they've done that I'm super excited about, though, is they've announced several books that will be released later this year.
We like books.
First off is a portrait of Walt Disney World, 50 Years of the Most Magical Place on Earth, that was written by none other than our good friend, Tim O'Day, along with Stephen Vaughn. And I think there's a third guy, too.
Yeah, there's.
I can't read that close. I'm sorry. Kevin Kern. That's who it was. But this looks like it's going to be incredible. It's got a lot of, I think, pictures that we've never seen and probably stories we've never heard about the last 50 years of Walt Disney World. And I'm super stoked for that. In fact, that's the one I'm most looking forward to.
And just look at that art on the front.
Yeah.
Like
it's very magical. It looks like there's a coloring book that might kind of go with it.
I'm bad at coloring books.
We should get two of them. That would be funny, and just do like one page during an episode, and at the end be like, here's our coloring book.
And this is so funny. I think this is going to make people laugh. And if you don't laugh, it's sad. The last time I did a coloring book, I had a panic attack. Like genuinely.
Okay, maybe we won't do that on the show then.
No, I think it'd be fine. But that's how I feel about coloring books.
Next is Delicious Disney, Walt Disney World Resort, which is recipes and stories from the most magical place on Earth. Can't go wrong with that. That actually would be a fun video series, as if we started working our way through that whenever it gets released. I think it's September.
This man's onto something.
Yeah, let's do it. Then there's the Burn Bombs books. There's actually two of those, one for adults, one for kids, which I think, yes, it's a very good tool, but this is almost more of like just a collector's piece at this point, of like, just get a couple of those. And that is a good DAPSI nomination, best coloring book. Yeah. It's the only one. Congratulations, you win.
The only one allowed on set.
Yes. But of those 5 or whatever you want to call it, which one are you most looking forward to?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I think cookbook.
Okay.
I might be just because I really love, and sometimes I don't even cook half the recipes in them, but I really love Disney Parks cookbooks.
They're pretty.
They're fun, and also there's like this. It almost like evokes memories.
Well, and Marcy Smothers always does a fantastic job with stuff. Like she's just so passionate about what she does. So I think that's going to be a win too. And then for me, obviously, it's the history book. It's history and pictures. What can go wrong? But yeah, Portrait of Walt Disney World, 50 years of the most magical place on Earth.
That's going to be a home run. I'm excited.
Yeah, like this is going to be incredible. And I think we're going to try to get Tim on before the book is released to talk about the process and about the book a bit. So stay tuned for that. And
how
and
exciting.
Yeah, you didn't even know that. I talked to him the other day.
I know nothing.
All right. Finally, there was a trailer released for
Shang-Chi.
That's right. And the Legend of the Ten Rings. I will admit, I'm a little bit out of my depth on this one. We're going to have to bring in some experts.
Nathan!
Yeah, we're going to bring Nathan back.
You?
I'm intrigued by it. It looks cool. It looks like it's a father-son story.
Yes.
Unlike,
but like not in like a loving way.
In a different way that we've seen on
not in like
in a Marvel
Finding
film.
Nemo way.
Maybe it is. Maybe these are all misdirections.
Maybe.
Anyway, what do you think of the trailer?
I think it looks great. As where Eternals did not click with me. Like Eternals, I was like, I'm gonna watch the movie, and I just don't think I get it yet. Shang-Chi, I was like, I get it. Like I understand.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I mean, it's Marvel, so I'm not going to say, I know how this movie's going to go. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, and what that is and what that is.
Yeah, it's just, I understand what this movie is going to be, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah, the basic premise makes more sense.
Yeah, the basic premise makes more sense. I understand the characters, the motivations, all that, those things, even though I'm not a comic book person.
And
I don't
you
know
think
these
that's what
characters.
this trailer did that the other stuff didn't beforehand? Because this trailer, to me, brought a lot of clarity of like, oh, this is the direction it's going.
This is the motivation.
Not where it looked like it was going before.
I agree. So I do know there was a big reveal at the end of this trailer. Again, I don't understand it. Anything I do know was from Nathan. So we'll have to get someone on here that
when it gets closer, maybe we'll have Nathan back in.
Yes, it's I don't know, Abomination, or it's something with an A. I'm very sorry to anyone who is like, oh my God, she doesn't know what she's talking about. I don't.
So how excited are you for this movie?
I'm excited.
Because we have this one, we have Eternals, we have Spider-Man later in the year, and we have Black Widow next week.
Oh gosh. I keep forgetting about Black
Widow. Of
Widow.
all of these, which one are you most looking forward to?
Spider-Man.
Okay. And second?
But I think that this is second.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Not Black Widow. You're like, I'm going to see it because you're making me.
No, I'm not seeing it because you're making me. I would see it either way.
Okay.
I just, from the things I have seen about Black Widow, I'm just not like stoked.
I think it'll be fun.
I think it's going to be fine. I just don't think it's going to be like my top half Marvel
I feel like
movie.
Black Widow has the disadvantage of, was it 2 years now of promotion?
Yeah.
And it's hard to keep things exciting and fresh
fatigue.
And all of that stuff when you've been literally like, it's going to be next month. Oh, wait, it's going to be in 6 months.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, it's going to be another 4 months. And I feel like that's really done a disservice to
I agree.
Black Widow and through nobody's fault. Like, it's just the way the world worked out. But it'll be interesting. Like, I'm trying to put myself back into a year ago of like, how did I feel about Black Widow? And I didn't know enough.
I mean, I was saying the same thing a year ago. So if I'm nothing,
at least you're consistent.
I would say I'm nothing if not consistent.
Beautiful. That works great.
But yeah, so I would say Spider-Man for sure, even though we haven't seen
anything really.
Far From Home. Whoopsies. Hopefully the trailer comes out soon. That'd be a really fun thing to talk about on Geeks Corner next week. Maybe Marvel. That'd be nice.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So Spider-Man and then Shang-Chi.
Do you think that would be at the beginning of like the trailers for Black Widow?
Perhaps. I just think that we're like, I mean, we're not so close. We're like 6 months away.
Yeah.
From the movie. So you think we'd be getting a trailer soon?
Or something.
Or
their little
Marvel.
teaser of like, hey, it's coming. All
Something.
right. Well, we are running out of time, Katie. What should people do?
Just go to DapsMagic.com. Check out all the Disney and geek news as it happens, subscribe to our mailing list so you don't miss a thing.
That is for sure. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Share this episode with anybody that you care about if you haven't already. I don't know. I just felt like saying that tonight, but we are running out of time. So we will see you round the corner.
Bye.